everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about the dihedral groups, that is in the point groups, dihedral groups and also groups with improper axis of symmetry. There are 5 classifications under the point groups, that is low symmetry point groups, high symmetry point groups, groups with n-fold rotational axis and dihedral groups, and groups with improper axis of symmetry. We have already discussed about the low symmetry point groups and also groups with n-fold rotational axis of symmetry in our previous videos, that is part 1 of the point groups. Now we are discussing about the dihedral groups. Before watching this video, please watch them to understand this concept better. Now we are going to discuss about these dihedral groups, that is represented by Dn. It is a point group. What is point group? It is a collection of all the symmetry elements present in the molecule. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel and support us to do more videos. These dihedral point groups are divided into Dn, second one is DNH, and third one is DND, and fourth one is D infinity H point groups. Now what are actually these dihedral point groups means? Molecules having n-fold axis, that is NC2. What is n-fold means? These are the secondary axes that which are perpendicular to the principal axis belongs to this dihedral groups, that is Cn NC2. This NC2 must be perpendicular to the Cn. It is the n-fold rotational axis of symmetry and presence of NC2, that is two-fold axis perpendicular to this Cn. So here n is equals to, this combination will become Dn, that is Cn plus NC2 perpendicular to Cn. Here n is equals to 2 to 6. Here n is equals to 2 to 6. For every molecule there is already presence of the identity operation. So the symmetry elements present in this are commonly identity is present for every molecule, identity, and Cn plus NC2. It is identity operation. It is n-fold symmetry axis, and this is two-fold symmetry axis. These must be present in these dihedral groups. First let's discuss about this Dn point group. Dn point group, it must consist of E plus Cn plus NC2. Now if you consider D2 point group, so it must consist of identity plus C2 plus 2C2. If the principal axis is Cn, then if it is a principal axis, secondary axis of symmetry will become NCN, or it is 0Cn. We already know it. Sorry, NC2 or 0C2. We already know it. If you take this principal axis as C2, then it must be present of 2C2 point groups or 0C2 point group. If you find out one C2 means also, you can directly write it as another C2 also. It is just a trick. If a C2 is present means, if C2 principal axis is present means, it must consist of secondary axis 2C2, that is NC2, that is 2C2 or 0C2. Now in the D2 point group, identity plus D2, that is C2 plus how many number of secondary axis of symmetry is present here? Secondary axis of rotation, that is 2C2 is present. See, now let's take the example for this D2, that is CuEn 2 2 plus. This is the example for this D2 point group. Okay, let's draw the structure of this Cu and NH2. Here is a bond between this, and it is also NH2 and NH2 and NH2. See, if you pass the perpendicular axis like this and rotate the molecule by C2, we will get a versional configuration. By rotating it by C2 operation, by carrying out C2 operation, we will get a versional configuration. See, here I am passing the principal axis and rotating a molecule by C2, we will get a versional configuration. So, identity is present in every molecule, this is present, and we have also seen C2. Now 2C2 must be present in this. So let's see, if you get one C2 means then automatically other C2 is also present. See here is a principal axis. Here is a principal axis like this. This is Z axis. Now if you pass the another axis like this, that is, this should also give the versional or identical configuration. So first, to learn these point groups, you have to have perfect basic of those axis of symmetry, plane of symmetry and all. I have already uploaded those videos. Please watch them before watching these videos. And here, that is n is equals to, we already know 360 degree by theta. We are rotating it by 360 degree by 180. So n is equals to 2 here. If you perform C2 operations 2 times, then we will get a versional configuration. To say that, if we name it as 1, 2, 3 and 4, if you perform 180 degree rotation, if you pass the axis like this and if you rotate the molecule like this, and this 1 and 4 will come on this side and this 2 and 3 will go on that side. And again if you perform another operation, that is C2, then here are 1 and 4. So this 1 and 4 will again go here and this 2 and 3 will again come here. So we have got a versional configuration. And again same, likewise here also doing the same thing. So if I rotate the molecule here, by rotating a molecule like this, by passing a axis like this and rotating a molecule, this will come on this side and this will also come on. 4 and 3 will go to the upper side and 1 and 2 will come on the down part. And again if I perform another operation, that is the C2, we will get versional configuration. So total there are 2 C2s. Here is one C2 and here is another C2. Total are 2 C2. So in the D2 point group, the example is Cu En twice 2 plus. Here we are having the symmetry elements E plus C2 plus 2 C2. Okay, now let's study about this D3 point groups. This is having the symmetry elements E plus C3 plus 3C2. This is the identity group and this is threefold axis of symmetry axis, and this is twofold axis of symmetry. If C3 principal axis is present, there should be 3C2 or 0C2. Now it is present, 3C2 is present. The example for this is RU En thrice. For this RU En 3 thrice, let's draw the structure of this. This is very complex structure, that's why I am only showing the nitrogen atoms here. See here, these three nitrogens are present towards the observer. This is wedge shape of this. Nitrogen are present or towards the observer, whereas this dashed nitrogens are present away from the observer. See, if I pass the axis like this, it is a principal axis. If I pass the axis like this and I rotate by 120 degree, that is by C3 axis, we will get a versional configuration. So we have find it out that C3, that is threefold symmetry axis. Now we should look for the C2 axis. Now If I pass an axis like this and rotate a molecule by 180 degree, that is C2 axis. If I rotate a molecule like this, these 3 nitrogens will go on the upper side, whereas these 3 nitrogens will come to the down part, that is on the bottom side. And if I again rotate it by 180 degree, whereas these 3 nitrogens which were present down part will again go to the upper side. So it will obtain its original configuration. This is one C2, that is two-fold axis of symmetry. If one C2 is present, directly we can write 3C2. We already know that if C3 is present, it will be 3C2 or 0C2. If one C2, if we find out, means another 2C2 will be present. So I will show another one here. If I pass a symmetry like this. If I pass a symmetry like this, these 3 nitrogens are this side and these 3 nitrogens are this side, and rotate it by C2 axis. Rotated by C2 axis like this, these 3 nitrogens will come on the upper part and these 3 nitrogens will come on the down part. And again if I rotate it by that is 180 degree, we will get a virtual configuration. It is another C2 axis. And next, if I pass the axis like this, C2, see here, it is the axis. These are the 3 nitrogens and these are the 3 nitrogens. If I pass axis here and perform C2 operation here, here also I am getting the versional configuration. So for this the D3 point groups, the symmetry elements are E plus C3 plus 3C2. It is very, very important. Now let's start with this DNH point groups. These DNH point groups will consist of symmetry elements identity and Cn, it is n-fold symmetry axis, and NC2, that is Cn means NC2 will be present, and a sigma H plus n sigma V. In addition, sigma V is present in addition to this sigma H. See here, NC2 n sigma V. That means if C3 is present, means 3 sigma will be present or 0 sigma V will be present. If C4 is present, means 4 sigma V or 0 sigma V will be present. This is the trick. Now these are the symmetry elements present in this DNH point group. Now coming with this D2H point group example, let's take example of this D2 point group, that is M2F6. Similar structure is also present in diborane. These are the examples. Okay, for this let's take example of this diborane and let's draw the structure of this. C of the B atoms and here is the H, and this H is away from the observer, whereas this H is towards the observer. This is away from the observer and this is towards the observer. Like this. This is the structure of this diborane. For a D2H point groups, the symmetry elements are like this. That is, identity is present in every molecule, and next D2, that is C2. And if C2 is present, how many secondary axis will be present? That is 2C2 and 1 sigma H. And how many sigma V will be present? Means 2 sigma V. See here, C2 means 2 sigma V, like this. Now for this diborane, let's pass the axis like this. This is the principal axis, and rotating it by C2 we will get a versional configuration. Rotating it by C2 will get a versional configuration. Is the axis, it is the principal axis and it is C2. Now we should look at next. Here the identity is present and C2 is also present. Now we should look at this as 2C2. Now let's look at this 2C2. If you pass the axis like this, see here, if you pass the axis like this and rotate it by C2, if you rotate a molecule like this, these two hydrogens will come on this side and these two hydrogens will come on this side, and again by rotating 180 degree, that is C2, we will get a versional configuration. This is C2. To understand all this, you should have a basic of all these symmetry elements. Now if I pass a axis like this and rotate it by C2, if I rotate this by C2, these two hydrogens will go on the upper side, whereas these two hydrogens will come on the down part. Again, if I perform another C2 operation, that is rotating by another by 180 degree, we will get a versional configuration. So we have found it out identity C2 plus 2C2 in this diboron. The next is sigma H. Sigma H. What is sigma H? It is horizontal plane of symmetry. What is plane of symmetry? Imaginary plane passing through the molecule, which divides the molecule into two equal walls. That means one of is the mirror image of the other image. It is the plane of symmetry. Here horizontal plane of symmetry means it is perpendicular to the principal axis. We know that here is the principal axis, here is the z axis, here is the principal axis. Perpendicular means this surface. This surface, see, if I pass the principal axis like this and this is perpendicular, it will cut the molecule like this. That means here is a plane. Like this, it will cut whole molecule. That means these two hydrogens will be the mirror images of these two hydrogens. This is sigma H. Here I am passing the principal axis and cutting the molecule like this. There are two equal walls. The back hydrogen atoms and the front hydrogen atoms will form the mirror images of the each other. Now we have found out this sigma H also. Our next task is to find out this 2 sigma V. Here is the principal axis. I will draw axis like this, that is parallel to the principal axis. Parallel to the principal axis, I have drawn the axis here, imaginary axis here. It should cut the molecule into two equal walls. See, it is the first part and it is the second part. These two are the mirror images of each other. These two are the mirror images of each other. Now, if I pass the imaginary axis like this, what is vertical plane of symmetry means? It is parallel to the principal axis. Here is the principal axis, here is the principal axis, and if you pass a imaginary line parallel to the principal axis, it should divide the molecule into two equal walls. One should be mirror image of the another. So here is this whole thing is first and this whole thing is second. These two are the mirror images of these hydrogens. So we have got 2 sigma V. If we find out 1 sigma V, then another sigma V is also present. See here, we are passing an axis like this and these two hydrogens are the mirror images of these two hydrogens. So I have bisected the molecule into two equal walls exactly. For the DNH point group, the examples are M2F6 and diboron. The symmetry elements are as follows, that is E plus C2 plus 2C2, sigma H plus 2 sigma V. Now D3H point group. For this D3H point group, the symmetry elements are identity C3, 3C2. 3C2 is present means they're already present of 3 sigma V or 0 sigma V and a sigma H. If C3 axis is present, it will be present of 3 sigma V or 0 sigma V, 3C2 or 0 C2. These are the symmetry elements present in this D3H point group. Now let's take the example. Simple example, that is PCl3. PCl3 is having the structure like this. See, if I pass axis like this and rotate a molecule, it is 1, 2, 3. That is C3 operation. It is this Cl is given the name 1, 2, 3. If we perform C3 operations, then we will get a versional configuration. If I perform C1 means this will come this side and this will come this side and this will go that side. And again if I perform C3 operations, we will get a versional configuration. See, I will show one of the operation here. See, after one rotation we will get the Cl1 here and the Cl2 here. Cl2 here we are rotating a molecule, and this C3 will go on the upper side like this. By performing C3 operations we will get this versional configuration of the PCl3. Now identity is over and C3 is over. Next is 3C2. See, if I pass the axis like this, these are the secondary axis, C2 axis, these are the secondary axis. If I pass the axis like this is the first off and this is the second off. See here, if I rotate the molecule, this C3 will come here and this Cn will come here. And again if I rotate a molecule, we will get a versional configuration. See, I will show in this versional configuration, original configuration only. If I rotate it by C2, see here, this Cl1 here will come this side and this Cl2 will go on that side. And again if I perform another 180 degree rotation, this Cl1 was present this side. After 180 degree rotation, this will gain its original position. That is C2 operation. If one C2 operation if we find out, it means then there are 3 C2 and another C2 is like this. Here is another C2. This is the one off and this is the other off. This is the one off and this is the other off. And rotating a molecule by C2 operations will get a versional configuration. And here is another C2. Another C2. Rotating a molecule, this will come this side and this will go that side. And again by rotating we will get a versional configuration. Now to show this 3 sigma V's, that is vertical plane of symmetry. Now once again let us draw this PCl3. See, if I pass a axis like this, that is if I pass a axis like this, it is 1 sigma V. I will explain it how. Here it is parallel to the principal axis. This vertical plane of symmetry is parallel to the principal axis. Here is the principal axis and this is parallel. Here is the principal axis and here is the parallel one. So this is first off and this is second off. What should be present in the vertical plane of symmetry means one off must be the mirror image of the other off. This is the mirror image of this one, like this. Likewise here if I pass the mirror image means this will be, here I am passing the axis of imaginary axis. So if I rotate a molecule, not rotating, this is sigma V. If I bisect the molecule into 2 equal walls, one should be the mirror image of another one and the axis should be parallel to the principal axis. Here is the principal axis and here I am passing the axis. These two are the mirror images of each other and another axis is here. Here is the sigma V. See here, if I pass the axis like this, this is cutted into 2 equal walls. See, if I place here, this is a Cl1 is the first wall and this is Cl1 is the second wall. See, these two are the mirror images of each other. So 3 sigma V are present in this. Now we should look at sigma H. Sigma H. See here, Cl. Is the principal axis. Perpendicular to this one is the PCl3. See, here is the principal axis and here is the perpendicular one. So it is the plane, horizontal plane of symmetry. It will bisect the molecule into 2 equal halves. That means which are the mirror images of each other. If these are the PCl3, it is a PCl3 molecule and we are passing the axis. Here is the principal axis, perpendicular to this one is this one. It will bisect the molecule like this. This is the front PCl3 part and this is back PCl3 part. These two are the mirror images of each other. We should think in the way that is this is in the spherical shape and these are also on the spherical shape like this. If it is present like this, is the principal axis and if you bisect The ball is cutted exactly into two equal balls, that is back part of the ball and the second front part of the ball, like this. Yes, a sigma H is present in this. So D3H point group example is PCl3. Now coming to the D4H point groups. The example is nickel tetracarbonyl. The symmetry elements present are identity C4, 4C2 and 4 sigma V is present and is sigma H is present. These are the symmetry elements present in this D4H point group. Example is nickel tetracarbonyl. Nickel tetracarbonyl. Let's draw the structure of this. C is a principal axis, and if you rotate by C4 rotational axis of symmetry, will get a versional configuration. And then again, if you pass the axis like this, here is a C2. If you rotate the molecule, this will come on this side and this will come on this side. Another time if you perform this, will get a versional configuration. And here is another C2. Another C2 is present here. C is a C2 operation. If you rotate this molecule, this will come on this side and this will come on this side. And again, if you perform 180-degree rotation, it will gain its original configuration. And here is another C2. Here is another C2. If you rotate a molecule, these two C2 will come on this side and these two C2 will come on this side. Another if you perform 180-degree rotation, will get a original configuration. And this is the another axis. See, this part is upper part and this part is a lower part. If you rotate it by C2 operations, these two C2 will come on the down part and these two C2 will go on the upper side. And again by rotating 180 degree, we will get original configurations. Now, so far we have find out this identity C4 and 4C2. Our next task is to find out this 4 sigma V and sigma H. Let's find out this sigma H first. See here it is the NiCO, CO, nickel tetracarbonyl. See here it is the principal axis. And what is the original plane of symmetry means? It is perpendicular to the principal axis. So here is the principal axis and this plane is perpendicular to the principal axis. So the half of this NiCO two molecule come on the front side and these half of the NiCO4 molecule will go on the back side. That is nickel tetracarbonyl. To make you better understanding, so let's take the example of this. See, if you perform the operation like this, see here it is the principal axis. Perpendicular to the principal axis is the horizontal plane of symmetry. Here is the principal axis, and if you bisect the molecule, the half of the NiCO4 molecule will come on the front side and half of the NiCO4 molecule will go on the back side. These two will be the mirror images of each other. So NiCO4 is having the plane like this, that is it is sigma H plane. And we have to find out sigma V here. Sigma V is parallel to the principal axis. Here is the principal axis, and if I pass the principal axis to this, it is the imaginary axis which bisects the molecule into two equal halves. I have passed a mirror image like this. Sorry, I have passed mirror image like this, imaginary axis like this. These two are the halves obtained. This is the first hole and this is the second hole. It should symmetrically bisect the molecule. That means here is the identical part and here is also identical part. It should bisect the molecule into two equal halves correctly. So this part should be mirror image of this part and this part should be mirror image of this part. So these COs are mirror image of this COs now. So if I pass a imaginary axis like this, so This is also bisecting the molecule into two equal halves is a sigma V, and here is also this is bisect the molecule into two equal halves. So these two are the mirror images of each other, so it is sigma V. And whereas if I pass a molecule, imaginary axis like this, it is also sigma V. So these are the mirror, this is the first part and this is the second part. These two are the mirror images of each other. So here is also present of sigma V, and another sigma V is here. If I cut the molecule like this, this is the first mirror image and this is the second mirror image. These two are the mirror images of each other, and they are bisected symmetrically and they are parallel to the principal axis. So 4 sigma V are present in total. So in D4H point groups, identity C4, 4C2, 4 sigma V, sigma H are present. The example is nickel tetracarbonyl. Now next one is D5H point group. See, in this D5H point group, the symmetry elements are E, C5, 5C2, sigma H and 5 sigma V. These are the symmetry elements present in this D5H point group. Example is eclipsed ferrocene. See, here is the identity. It is C5, 5C2. If C5 is present means 5C2 will be present and 5 sigma V will be present. We already know that. And a sigma H is present. That is horizontal plane of symmetry. It is vertical plane of symmetry. So it is the structure of this ferrocene. Eclipsed ferrocene. Now here is the principal axis. Here is the principal axis, and if we rotate this by C5 axis of symmetry, we will get a versional configuration. So here the C5 is obtained in this eclipsed ferrocene. Whereas next one is we should find out about the 5C2. So here consider what is C2. Here means the secondary axis of symmetry present in this eclipsed ferrocene. See here is the principal axis, here is the principal axis, and here you can see if I pass a axis here, imaginary plane, imaginary axis here, and rotate a molecule, this off will come on this side and this off will go on that side. And again if I rotate by C2 axis, now I will get a versional configuration for this. That is by 180 degree. C2 means 180. So here is one of the C2 axis. Next, if I take this axis, see here, and if I rotate this molecule, this off will come on that side and this off will come on this side. And again if I rotate the molecule, we will get a versional configuration. C is the another C2, is the imaginary plane, and here is also one C2 and here is also one C2, the total of which becomes 5 C2s. Now we have find it out identity C5 and 5C2 in this eclipsed ferrocene. There is C5 5-fold axis of symmetry and this is 5C2, that is 2-fold axis of symmetry in this eclipsed ferrocene. Now coming to this 5 sigma V, what is vertical plane of symmetry means? It is parallel to the principal axis and which bisects the molecule into two equal halves. The two equal halves must be mirror images to each other. So same as the C2, here also see if I pass an imaginary axis, that a plane of plane here, it is dividing the molecule exactly into two equal halves. See this, it is dividing the molecule into, this is the first half and this is the second half. It is dividing the molecule into exactly two equal halves. These two are the mirror images of each other. See, this is a mirror image of this one and this is a mirror image of this one. So here is a mirror plane, and if I pass a plane of symmetry here, that is vertical plane of symmetry here, see this is also cutting the molecule into two equal halves. See, if I place a mirror plane here, this off and that off, this off and that off are mirror images of each other. Likewise there are 5 sigma V's here, there are 5 sigma V's in the eclipsed ferrocene. Now another one is, that is sigma H is also present in this eclipsed ferrocene. See here, if I pass an axis here, this is the principal axis. What is sigma H means? It is horizontal plane of symmetry. That means it is perpendicular to the principal axis. is a principal axis and its perpendicular one is this one. So eclipsed ethane will be broken into two equal lots, the first front part and the back part of the eclipsed ferrocene or the mirror images of each other. So you should imagine here is a principal axis and this plane is perpendicular. It is bisecting the molecule into down part like this, two equal lots. It is perpendicular and it is this eclipsed ferrocene is perpendicular. It is bisecting the molecule into two equal lots, the back part and the front part. It is about the eclipsed ferrocene. It is having D5H point group. The symmetry elements present in this are identity C5, 5C2, sigma H plus 5 sigma V. These are the symmetry elements present in this eclipsed ferrocene. Next, coming to this C6H point group. In this C6H point group, the symmetry elements present are identity C6, 6C2, sigma H and 6 sigma V. Identity is present in all the molecules, okay, and the C6 that is 6-fold axis of symmetry. If 6-fold axis of symmetry is present means how many C2 will be present? There will be 6 C2 or 0 C2. For us in the D6 H point group it should be present of 6 C2. So 6 C2 is present. If 6 C2 C6 is present means 6 sigma V will be present or 0 sigma V will be present. So identity C6 plus 6 C2 plus sigma H plus 6 sigma V are the symmetry elements of this D6H point group. So example is benzene. This is the benzene. So here is a principal axis. This is the principal axis. See here, it is the principal axis. And if I rotate the molecule by C6, that is 6-fold axis of symmetry, we will get a original configuration. So it is having the C6 that is 6-fold axis of symmetry to obtain its original configuration. So now let us see about this horizontal plane of symmetry. If I pass a plane here, it is a principal axis and bisect the molecule like this, it will also become like half of the benzene will be broken from the down part like this. The half benzene will be on the upper part and half benzene will be on the lower part. So those two benzene parts that are equal parts are the mirror images of each other. See here. Here is the benzene. If I pass a principal axis here, it is perpendicular. What is sigma H means? It is perpendicular to the principal axis. Perpendicular axis if I pass means it will be broken like this, and it is a front benzene and it is back benzene, part of benzene. So these two will be the mirror images of each other. So sigma H is present in this benzene. And next, what should be obtained next means 6C2. See here, I have shown 3 C2 here and 3 C2s here. See, it is a benzene, and if I pass a imaginary axis like this and rotate a molecule, this part will come on this side and this part will go on that side. So again if I rotate by 180 degree, this part which was here will come again to its original position. So if I pass a imaginary axis like this and rotate a molecule, see exactly this off will go on that side and this off will come on this side, and if I rotate a molecule again it will obtain its original configuration. So it is one of the C2, it is one of the C2 and it is another C2 present in this benzene. And here you can see here are another C2 axis. So it is passing through these points, whereas this is passing the center of these points. See here, it is passing like this. These are also C2 axes that is present in this benzene. See, if I rotate a molecule like this, see it is bisecting the molecule into exactly two equal halves. If I rotate the imaginary axis by taking a imaginary axis, this will come on this side and this will go on that side, and again if I rotate by 180 degree, again it will obtain its original configuration. So therefore there are 6 C2 present in this benzene. And in the next 6 sigma V, see here, take a plane, it is parallel. Here is a principal axis and this is parallel to the principal axis. See here, here is a mirror plane. it is bisecting the molecule into two equal halves. This is the first half and this is the second half, and these two are the mirror images of each other. See, this is the mirror image of this one, so it is like this and the mirror image is like this. So these two will be the mirror images of each other. These two will be the mirror images of each other. So if I take this, these are the 3 sigma v's, another 3 sigma v's are here. See here, if I pass a imaginary plane like this, and if I keep a mirror, and this is imaginary plane which is bisecting the molecule into two equal halves. See, this is my bisecting the molecule. This is the first one and this is second one. See, this is like this and the upper part is like this. These two are the mirror images. If you keep this structure in the mirror to observe, we will obtain the structure like this. So these two are the mirror images of each other. So it is also having sigma V. So total of 6 sigma V are present in the benzene. So for the D6H point group, example is benzene. Now coming to this DND point group, it is having the symmetry elements E plus Cn plus Nc2 plus N sigma D. That is, it is identity element, it is n-fold axis of symmetry, Cn Nc2 plus N sigma D is present in this DND point group. See here, in DND point group there are only D2D and D3D point groups are present, because from D4D onwards, from onwards to D60 sigma H is also present, and therefore the point group becomes DNH. From D4D to D6D point groups, sigma H is also present. So they are not called as DND, they are called as DNH point groups. It means when DN groups have sigma H plane in addition to sigma D, then these are considered under DNH point groups. Okay. When the plane of symmetry contains the principal axis and bisect the angle between the two adjacent C2 axes, it is called as dihedral plane. We have already learnt about the dihedral plane in our plane of symmetry clearly. So please watch that video before watching this dihedral point groups, that is DND point groups. Now see here, if these are the two C2 axes, if an angle bisect, it is a bisecting. If it is a C2 and it is a C2, if an angle bisect like this, it will become a dihedral plane. This plane will become a dihedral plane. These are the two C2 axes. If an angle bisect like this, it will become a dihedral plane. The presence of sigma D operation in DN groups gives the DND point group. In the DN group, if presence of sigma D takes place, means it is called as DND point group. See here, let's take the example of this D2D point group, that is alene. It is carbon doubly bonded to carbon, and it is further doubly bonded to carbon. And here is the two planar hydrogens, and this hydrogen is away from the observer and this hydrogen is towards the observer. See here is the C2 axis of symmetry is present. Identity is present in every molecule. We already know that C2 should be seen here. See here, if I pass a symmetry like this, principal axis, which plane will consider as principal axis, means the plane which is passing through the many number, that is maximum number of atoms, is called as this one, principal axis. Okay, here it is passing through the 3 carbon atoms, so it is the principal axis. So if I rotate by C2, that is by 180 degree, if I rotate a molecule, see, this back carbon will come on the front side after C2. What will happen? This back hydrogen will come on the front hydrogen, whereas this front hydrogen will go on the back side. If I rotate this one like this will come on this side and this will go that side, and these two will be remain on the plane only. So this is the principal axis present in this, that is C2 axis is present in the alene. Now C2 is finished. Now we should look to the 2C2. Here, see here, consider these structures. This is 1C2. I will explain you. See here, in this, you should imagine this. If I pass a axis like this, see here, if I pass a axis like this, that is, we should obtain 2C2. If C2 axis of symmetry is present means we should obtain 2C2 or 0C2. So I will obtain 0C2 in this D2D point group. So if I rotate it by C2 axis, what will happen here means you should just imagine, see this rear carbon, that means which is present, the back carbon, that is I will write it as rear hydrogen, sorry I am mentioning it as carbon, it is hydrogen, sorry, rear hydrogen will, see this one, this hydrogen will exchange the position with the planar bottom hydrogen. See here, this is the rear hydrogen. This will exchange, if I rotate it by C2, that is twofold, that is by 180 degree, rear hydrogen will exchange the position with the planar bottom hydrogen. It is a planar, it is a planar bottom hydrogen. This will exchange its position with this one. This will exchange the position with this one. Whereas next, the front, this one is the front or wedge hydrogen will exchange the position with the top hydrogen, that is top planar hydrogen. This one, this hydrogen will exchange its position with this top planar hydrogen, whereas this will exchange its position with one, this will come this side and this will go that side, and this will exchange its position, this will go to the top hydrogen and this hydrogen will occupy its position. So again if I rotate by 120 degree, what will happen, it will occupy its original position. So C2 axis of symmetry is also present in this. Okay, C2 axis of symmetry is present. Now we have seen 1C2. Now we have seen 1C2 here. Now we have to see another C2. So consider this one again. So another C2 I am passing here like this on this center. If I pass and if I rotate a molecule, why this is not considered as a principal axis in this alene means this principal axis should be, here's a principal axis, this principal axis, the plane which is passing through the maximum number of atoms is called as principal axis. Okay, next if you consider this one, here is a, I will write it, front hydrogen will exchange with bottom hydrogen. This is the front hydrogen, that is wedged is the front hydrogen, that is towards the observer. It will exchange its position with this bottom hydrogen. If I rotate by this angle, if I rotate means this will exchange its position with this one. Whereas the back side, that is rear hydrogen will exchange with top hydrogen, whereas this hydrogen will exchange its position with this one. This will exchange its position with this one and this will exchange with this one. And if I do another 180 degree rotation, we will get original configuration. So we have seen another C2 also in this halene. So what is diagonal plane? It should bisect the angle between the two C2 axes. It is difficult to show in the halene. If you imagine, these are the three C2 axes of this halene. See here, and one diagonal plane is passing like this. See, this between these and this, it is passing like this. It is bisecting between this and this. It is bisecting like this, and other plane is passing like this. So it is bisecting this one and this one. See here, it is bisecting like this. So these are the diagonal planes. See, between this and this one, and between this one, and like this. These are the diagonal planes, that is two diagonal planes present in the halene. It is very difficult to understand as this structure is somewhat complex. So I will try to make you understand. See, here is the C2 axis and another one is here, and the other one is passing like this from the center. Okay, another C2 is like this. See, one diagonal plane is like this. I will write it here. See, this is the plane, one of the diagonal plane. This is the diagonal plane which is like this to this one, and for this one, for this and this, it is a diagonal plane like this. Another diagonal plane is see here. Here it is passing like this between this one and this one. These are the two diagonal planes of this halene. See here in this halene, these are the three carbon atoms and the C2 axes. Here you can clearly observe the diagonal planes. And that was about D2D point groups. Example was halene. Now coming to D3D point group. This is having the symmetry elements E plus C3 plus 3C2. If you find out one diagonal plane means there will be presence of three diagonal planes. See, C3, 3 sigma D. Now, see here the example is staggered ethane. I have totally explained about the diagonal planes of staggered ethane in the video of plane of symmetry. I will drop the link of that video. Please watch that for perfect understanding this staggered ethane. So in the staggered ethane we will see D3D point group in the staggered ethane. Please check the description and watch the video of that plane of symmetry. I have explained about the staggered ethane diagonal planes in that. Now moving to D infinity H group. D infinity H group. See, what are the molecules which come under D infinity H groups? Means linear molecules which have center of symmetry along with an infinite number of C2 axes perpendicular to the principal axis and also horizontal plane fall in the point group of D infinity H group. See here, what are the conditions for this D infinity H? Means linear molecules. Linear molecules should be present which have center of symmetry. Center of symmetry, along with it should have infinite number of C2 axes which are perpendicular to the principal axis and also horizontal planes. That is, horizontal planes means infinite number of horizontal planes should be present. These molecules, linear molecules with center of symmetry, infinite number of C2 axes perpendicular to the principal axis and also horizontal plane will come in the D infinity H group. So examples are O2 and this NO2, and Br2 is also example of this D infinity H group. The symmetry elements, let's see the symmetry elements of this. See, symmetry elements present are infinity, sigma infinity. Symmetry elements present are infinity C infinity plus infinity C2 plus sigma h plus infinity sigma v plus identity and inversion, and also infinity S infinity. It is improper rotation symmetry. Now coming to the S point groups, if an object has principal axis, that is Cn, if an object has principal axis and S2n axis but no perpendicular C2 axis and no mirror planes, it will not contain mirror plane, and also no C2 axis is perpendicular to the principal axis will be present, will fall into the S2n group. Example is very complex structure, that is CO4 CP4. CP4 here means cyclopentadienyl ring. For this CO4, cyclopentadienyl ring will be attached. So this is the example of the S point group. The symmetry elements present are E, S4, C2, S4 cube. See, if an object has a principal axis and S2n axis but no perpendicular C2 axis, it has no perpendicular C2 axis and it has no mirror planes, so that it will fall in the category of the S2n group. Example is CO4 CP4. It is cyclopentadienyl, that is CP ring. This is about the diagonal rings and this S point groups. This is very difficult to understand. I hope you understood it very well. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed to us till now. Thank you.